Hi, this is Killigan. We're going to code a theme. This video will be in several sections. I will try to go fast once we get through the beginning. Once we get the first section coded, then I'll speed up just because it's fairly repetitive just in different sections. The purpose of this introductory video is to get set up for the most part. You will get a folder that will have resource files in it, a blank theme, and so on. I am going to use Dreamweaver to code the theme. There's a lot of different options with Dreamweaver. I'm going to use it. You don't have to. The other program I use is PHP Designer 7. I use this for a lot of different things, but mostly just coding PHP. I use Notepad for editing quick things and for editing multiple files within a folder. Or when I want to search an entire system for one specific thing and find all of it at one time, Notepad is the best program to do that with. And I use UE Studio. It's a really good program. It's really good for CSS files when you're trying to find something quickly. It's also the best program I can find for SQL. So these are the programs I use. You can use any of them. I think PHP Designer is like $40. Notepad is free. UE Studio is about $100, and Dreamweaver you will have to trade part of your house to get it, but it is worth it if you want the bells and whistles. It's not if you didn't buy it before you found these to be equally useful. I am using Photoshop, and this is what we're going to do all of our slicing in. And then of course I code on a local host. So this is the Xtreme site on my local host, but it's set up this way for a reason, because I want to see what the theme I'm going to code is going to look like fully loaded. Now of course the main index isn't going to look like this, but well, it can, but we're not going to get into that in this tutorial. So but I do want to be able to code the forms and know what they're going to look like when I'm done, and I want to be able to see it with all the add-ons and everything. And there's different things in the admin panel that doesn't always look right when you're coding a theme, some of the different backgrounds and things like that. So I want to make sure that when we're doing the styling that we can make it look good. So with that said, those are the main things you're going to want to get set up. There is a video on how to set up and install a local server. It is in the screencasts at the Evolution-Xtreme site. You just go in here and go into, I believe it's General Support, installing a local server on your PC using WAMP. That's really the only one you'll need for now, so you can grab that if you haven't already installed a local host. If you're using a Mac, I would suggest getting the Mac version of WAMP. I forget the name of it, but it is available. But you can follow this video here that will help you get it installed and install Xtreme on the local server as well. So that is the basics of what we're going to be using. You will see me use both Notepad and Dreamweaver while coding this theme. I'm not going to probably use UE Studio, and I probably will not use PHP Designer during this. The theme folder, you're going to have a dev folder, which is just going to be the PSD, and then you're going to have the resource folder, which will have some scripts that we're going to use, which is a login script. This is we're going to use the jQuery marquee, and we're going to use those to create the marquee instead of using the traditional marquee from HTML that is outdated and you can't validate your code if you use that marquee. So we're going to use a jQuery marquee instead. These other folders here, just open those real quick. This is just to make it easy for you so you can copy and paste. This is the title for the news area. This is the body of the news. You can style this differently later if you need to for your type of theme. This is the block resource code. You may or may not need all of this depending on your theme, but it's here because it's convenient and it will help. And then this is the content area. You can use either one of these two codes. This is well, they're fairly the same. It's this one has some inline styling, and but for the most part it's the same. The header and footer code, this is just to have. You're not going to need it because I've already preset the template files. And then the footer copyright code you will want. There's different options where you can hard code the copyright in. You can use the copyright from the CMS itself, and then this is another way to do it with adding the copyright from the CMS. This will actually put it over the background. This will put it under the background, or under the footer, which was traditionally how Nuke Evolution and PHP Nuke did their footers. And then this is code that we can use for a Flash ATO, which I am not probably gonna make. I can if somebody wants it. I will do a separate tutorial, but you will have these files for when that happens. In case anybody wants to do a Flash navigation. I am personally getting away from Flash navigations because it does slow websites down. In my opinion, it's annoying in different browsers, like IE for example. It makes the screen flash, or it you click it to activate it, and then you click it to go to the page you want to go to, and that's just ridiculous in my opinion. And then you have the theme folder, which I put together for you. The style sheet is it's the default style sheet that comes with the Chromo theme. Now, there's a lot of different styles and layouts you can use for your style sheets. This is absolutely horrible, but if you were trying to make your theme faster, squishing it all together will definitely save some space. So that's probably why they did it originally. What we're going to do is not do this because it makes it a little harder to find everything. It's really good if you're trying to find the selector, but it's really just confusing if you're trying to find like the font family, or you want to know what the color of the text is going to be. It just gets annoying. I do not like this style of CSS here personally, so we will clean that up later. And then The images, just you can replace the favicon with your own. This is not supposed to be here. These are just default images. You will need a spacer and so on. And then the forms, these are the default forms from the Chromo theme. We will edit a couple parts of that. And then you have the images. For the sake of time, I'm not going to create a button set for this theme we're doing at this time. So we're just going to use the default button set in the forums that came with Chromo theme. Then you have all of these files here. These are set up for you. This is the theme info. We will make some edits to this. This is the theme.php. I've set some sections here. This is where the top table code is going to go for your main center blocks, and this is the bottom half of that code. The rest is pretty standard. You will rarely have to change any of that stuff. The story page, home, index, we don't really need to have that open, but we do. This is the beginning of the header, this is the beginning of the footer, and this is the blocks, and we will get to all of that. But this is the blank theme. We will need to rename it when we start, and that's pretty much it for this stuff. Now, this is something you're going to want to do. Let me go here onto a live site somewhere. We'll just go to the Evolution-Xtreme site. Different things that you're going to want to, some tools that you're going to want to have, which is if you don't use Firefox, I wish you did, because it's a much better browser than Internet Explorer. But you're going to want this tool here. It's Firebug. It's a Firefox plugin. It is a great tool. You can troubleshoot live. You can actually code live and then copy your code that you've made changes to right into your CSS files and things like that. If we wanted to, for example, we wanted to, look at these, the code here on these banners. I mean, this is it right here. This is what the code looks like. And if we wanted to, for example, edit that just a little bit, we could, and we could see how the page would look if we made changes, and things like that. It's just a better it's a better tool. It really helps when you're coding a theme and things like that. So this is it's handy. Another tool that I do like is the Developer Toolbar. It's a great tool. It has the resize tools. Of course, you do have this in IE. It's just not as cool because it's in IE. You have different ways you can view the source. You can view the generated source. You can view the source itself. You have outline, so you could outline tables, the table cells. If you notice, we don't have any table cells until you get down here to the recent topics, because this is all CSS. So there's that. You can go in here and you can display a ruler. So You know, if you wanted to see how much space you could fit into an area or something, it would tell you how big that is. And that's really cool if you're trying to figure out, you know, how big of an image you can put in a spot, or how big you need this cell to be, or just, you know, different things like that. It has the option to edit the HTML, and, you know, you can show the the hidden elements and things like that. You can go in here and you can display, let's see here, if we want to display the ID and class details. It makes it really handy to see what these classes are, so you can so you can go through and, you know, find those classes. Like for example, if we went into the forums and we did the same thing, it's just crazy. Because the forums are full of repeated classes. But as you can see, you know, this is row 1, this is row 1, and this is row 3, and this is row 2, and this is row 3. And so each of them has their own attributes. So it just makes it really easy to go through that. And this has a lot of useful information. The images, it's really cool if you wanted to hide like background images, which is, well, that's our whole image, but that's because we did use a CSS sprite. So I mean, that's the whole image for the theme. But then you have your CSS, so you can edit your CSS, and you can do this, and now you have your CSS over here for the different CSS sheets that come with this theme. This is the theme CSS. This is embedded styles from the CMS itself. Then you have our home page, and then you have color box, things like that. So you can edit your CSS. You can move this around to whatever's more convenient for you. It's really handy. So this tool here is a great tool. If you don't have it, I'd recommend getting it, especially if you're going to be coding themes, because it will save you time and it will help you find things that you need to know about later. That is the end of the introductory video. In the next video, what we will do is we will slice this very basic theme here. I haven't decided exactly what we want to do yet, whether or not we want to use 1 image or 3 images, whether we want to you know, just use 1 image for the entire body and header, and you know, then just use a div tag and some CSS to place the marquee box, and you know, this is our login script area, and then our navigation. We can either use Flash or CSS or jQuery or just a standard text link. There's a lot of different options. I want to keep this video as basic as possible, and then do more advanced videos when people want them. So I'm not really sure how we're going to do it yet. I usually never know until I start coding it, so we'll see. I will try to do a video a day until it's finished, and hopefully it will only take us a couple days, but I want to keep the videos fairly small as well. So in any case, that's what we're gonna do. And again, this tutorial is sponsored by DFG Hosting. which pretty much everything with Evolution-Xtreme is sponsored by DFG Hosting and DarkForgeGFX.com. So, y'all have a good one. We'll be back. We'll start coding this theme up. Thanks.